Would you guys believe I have not discovered epic rap battles of history until now? Witches. Hello everyone, it's me again with another tag video because apparently the community, the booktube community, has decided to team up and just come after me in a game of tag, which I'm very grateful for because tags are a bunch of fun to do, especially when it's November and you're done with midterms, but you know you should be like preparing to study for your finals. So this is a good break from constant script writing me. I was tagged by a Time to Share Books, a South African booktuber. I'll leave her link below, and we're just gonna have a great time seeing how much of a snob I am, because I definitely am one. So let's dive right into it with the adaptation snob. Do you have to read the book before you see the movie? Absolutely, yes. This is something my brain has to do because I just like to compare. It spoils the movie for me, but it's just fun. I just like to know how things were meant to go and how much creative license the script makers did. Evidence, the Percy Jackson books. Additional evidence, the terrible movies. But when Hunger Games came out, the movies, I was like, 14? And my friends had bought me the books for my birthday so I could know what was happening when I went to the movies with them when it came out. And I read all 3 books in 3 days, loved them. But of course, 14-year-old me needed my parent to take me to the movie. So my dad was like, I'll take you, Casey. And I was like, okay, yeah, I appreciate that. But you have to read the books before you see the movie, because I'm not answering any of your questions in the movie theater. Because he likes to annoy me sometimes. He likes to reach up and be like, okay, which one's Anakin again? I'm like, Father, that's Kylo Ren. If you ever meet my dad one day, ask him to name the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies in order. I promise it will be hilarious. Also, ask him which Toy Story movie Big Baby is in. He'll most likely say the 4th. Format snob. You can only choose one format in which to read books for the rest of your life. Which do you choose? Physical books, ebooks, audiobooks? Okay, done. Physical books. Ebooks, eye strain. I just don't like it. I like feeling the texture of books. I like seeing where the end of the book actually is instead of a little slider on the screen. And I cannot focus with audiobooks. People say audiobooks saves time because you can do it and multitask with other things, but I cannot do that. I have to sit and be invested in the thing in front of me. I used to be able to listen to some audiobooks, like The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which I really, really loved, and it's the only audiobook I owned, but I would only be able to listen to it when I'm walking. And now I listen to booktube videos when I'm walking, so I don't have any other slot to put the audiobook in. I could try listening for a little bit before bed, but I fall asleep a lot of the times listening to an audiobook, so then I'll have to remember where I left off at, rewind it back to that part, and I really wouldn't accomplish anything, I feel like. Number 3, ship snob. Would you date or marry a non-reader? Yeah, I would. I'm gonna need someone to pull pale vampire me out into the sunlight every now and then and put the book down. As much as I hate to admit it, I do need social interaction. Genre snob. You have to ditch one genre, never to be read again for the rest of your life. Which one do you ditch? I could go the easy route and just pick a genre I never read, like erotica or westerns. But let's torture myself for a little bit. My favorite genres: thriller, YA, fantasy. Actually, for someone who loves fantasy, I've only read one fantasy series. Eldest, the greatest book of all time, go read it. So let's just be cruel and say, I know, I'll just ditch contemporaries, because I do read contemporaries a lot. I love The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and thrillers are like contemporaries, but there's murder. But I could totally just do away with contemporaries and keep the thrillers. Yes, hack the system, goodbye contemporaries. I could live with that, because with thrillers, you get the fighting and the murder of the YA books that I like, but then you also get the casual realness of the contemporaries, which I could get rid of because I got thrillers. Uber genre snob. You can only choose to read, okay, the opposite. Only choose to read from one genre for the rest of your life. What do you choose? But I like YA and thrillers. But I tend to get frustrated with characters more in YA than I do in thrillers. So I'll just do thrillers. Thrillers I will keep. Community snob. Which genre do you think receives the most snobbery from the bookish community? How to interpret snobbery? Snobbery. As in, this is our exclusive club and no one else can tread it or deface it, because I think that would be like Harry Potter. Or snobbery oh, you like that crap? Oh, because that could be Sarah J. Maas. Or you could switch it. Man, I don't really know how to answer this one. Community snob receives the most snobbery from bookish communities. I don't really know. Let's just do YA, because I know there's debates out there that once you age out of it, you should be done with it. Because I know some people are like, oh, BookTube, it's just a land for YA and fantasy nerds. But there's some good YA and fantasy out there too, my friend. And I'm definitely for like a diverse, broad reading taste. Which is why I'm trying to like span out there to thrillers every day. I want some contemporaries, I want some sci-fi, fantasy, YA. Maybe I'll do a western one day. I don't know. I like horses. Ooh, yes, this one. Snobbery recipient. Have you ever been snubbed for something that you have been reading or for reading in general? I've been snubbed for reading just fiction. Like, have you guys seen my first video, 5 Questions Readers Hate? I don't understand how you could read fiction. It's not real. Well, you know who's being a real drag? You are. It's fun. Why are you watching TV? Oh, 'cause it's fun? Great. Leave me alone. Like, people are like, oh, I only read nonfiction, self-help, stuff that, like, really matters. All that other stuff is fake and shallow. You know, one book series I read, The Ranger's Apprentice, has taught me how to be, like, unbeatable in hide and seek. That is a real life skill. If I'm ever chased down an alley by a gang of vicious people, I can evade them by pretending to be a rock. And I know exactly how to pull off a rock look. Thanks to those books. They will save my life one day. I know it. I also carry a gigantic book everywhere I go, so I can pick up my gigantic Eldest book that has never let me down in my whole life and throw it at someone who's trying to hurt me. Can you throw a flimsy self-help book at someone and get more than a chuckle? No. Fiction till the end. You're in, because I'm not gonna be killed in an alley by no one. No how. Nope. Oh, that's the end. Let's see. I think I will tag Miss Sadie Joyful. Wait, I'm pretty sure she's done this. Sadie Joyful, if you've done this before, do it again in my honor. There you go. I think I'll also tag a new friend I made. Let's see. Many minutes later. Found it. Okay, I'm going to tag my friend Rook Rach. Is it Rach or Rach? Anyways, your tag. Show us how snobby you are. I need to stop sitting. My legs are hurting. And so I bounce. Away!